Hello everybody and welcome back once again to the Brawl for All Pro Wrestling Show. This is episode 25 and I'm claiming milestone on it. Jeff Crow with me, back again this week. He was out last week, but he's back again. What's up, man?
I'm back. Glad to be here for the 25th episode.
I'm claiming milestone on that. I mean,
yep.
A lot of people probably couldn't get to 25.
No, that's going for 50.
We're going for 50. We'll make it.
Yeah, number 50.
We're going for David Robinson, so you can say that whenever we get there.
Exactly.
I ain't got any. I have nobody for 25. I would say Mark McGuire, but you know what?
I was thinking LaShawn McCoy might have worn 25, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I said Jordan on 23, so.
Yeah.
It's just got to be special players, man.
Yeah.
All right, so this week we're getting on with Raw. And then we're going to talk about the ESPN 360 special and go over some other headlines that we have. I think everybody that tunes in knows the routine by now. And I want to say that everybody out there, if you find us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you find us on Facebook, like us there too. And make sure to leave any feedback or comments that you want. Go back last week and check out our episode with C-Dub. I want to give a shout out to C-Dub from Chronochord Media or Chronochord Pro Wrestling, whatever you want to call it. He was really good on here last week, and I hope to get him on here again. Maybe even by next week he might be able to jump on here with us if Steven and Jason can't get on. Those two both had personal things going on. Steven actually went to the Cardinal and Cub game today, so shout out to him. And Jason had some family matters to attend to, so he's not going to be able to get on. But we got Jeff here tonight, so you ready to go over Raw, man?
Oh, yeah.
Did you listen to Did you listen to me and C-Dub?
Yeah, it was actually really good.
I thought he did a great job.
He's really knowledgeable about the stuff.
Yeah, he is. Hopefully,
the old school stuff from down south there.
Right on. I was thinking the same thing for his age. I mean, I think he's 29. For his age, man, he's got a lot of knowledge, and big ups to him for getting on here. And I think we're going to keep plugging Chronochord Media, and I'll put a link under the description so everybody can go check him out. But yeah, he was awesome on here. Hopefully, we can get on here next week with him. Me and you.
Yeah,
and him. If Steven or Jason doesn't get on, we'll get him on because he said he'd jump on any time. So it's always cool for the cross promotion. So.
Yep, get him on here.
All right, we're gonna go through Raw now. Just before we start, real quick, what'd you think of Extreme Rules?
It was. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't great, but I mean, there were some decent matches.
Yeah, since we didn't get you on that results episode, I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, I said that I thought, the tag team match, it was pretty damn good.
You called it.
Yeah.
New Day all the way.
In the middle of it, Xavier, the X Factor.
He is the X Factor, and we'll get on to a lot more about him. But let's kick off Raw. Orton came out and talked about getting Rollins back and winning the title. Reigns cut him off and said that he's going to win. Orton says that he's not going to watch him beat up Rollins, and Reigns says he doesn't care because if he gets near him, he'll get knocked out. Orton says Reigns is forgetting who he is. Reigns reminds Orton that he defeated him at SummerSlam. I almost forgot about that, too. New Day cuts him off, of all people, the New Day. Getting in at the beginning of the show, I was like, wow. Wood says that this needs to stop. He said there was no reason for the negativity because they are the champions, and it's a new day. Kofi tells them to let it all go. Big E takes a few shots at them coming up short in big matches, which I kind of thought was funny, really. And then he says they have an opportunity to prove themselves, and Kane booked them all in a match next. So, what'd you think of that opening segment? I was shocked that It's a New Day is in there.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I mean, they're putting a lot in them.
There they are. I mean, give them the titles, and they're going to kick off a segment. I mean, do they really think the clap's getting over or something like that?
Yes, I think they're getting enough, response. And
well, here's the
crowd reaction. I mean,
the thing I was thinking is that the thing I noted like 2 weeks ago. I remember saying like they're getting a crowd reaction, and that's better than what a lot of guys are getting. Nothing.
Right, and I like JR. I think he said that they just need to learn more, like some more heel nuances, and
yeah, he said study the
I think more Kofi and Xavier, because I think Big E can act like he's already played a heel once,
right?
So I think he can go, but the other two need to. Kofi especially, it's gonna be rough to try to get him heel, I think.
Oh yeah, I just don't think he has it in him. Like I've always said,
he's always smiling.
Yeah, I remember that match. They had him come out and try to heel. I don't know if you watched it or do you remember that one? When they were first thinking about turning him, he came out with Big E in a tag team.
Oh yeah.
And they were trying to heel him out, and that was before they turned to the New Day. And I was just like, man, he just doesn't have it in him. Like, he just doesn't. He's not a natural heel for sure. And it's almost like they're forcing him to be a heel. And I can see why they never turned him a heel now.
Right.
He just doesn't have that attitude in him.
He's just too upbeat and just like I say, he doesn't have that heel quality.
Yeah, he's the boom, boom, boom guy. I mean,
yeah,
that's basically what he was. I think he could be a good talent for him though. But like he's never been used really good, and the times that he was used, I think he kind of screwed up against Orton and stuff, and it halted his push. But I think he could be good here in the future for him. He's not that old, I don't think.
No,
I'm wondering how old he is. Maybe you can look it up for me.
Yeah, he's athletic. I mean,
can we look up Kofi's age? Like, I mean,
let me see if I can see it real quick. Let's see how old little Kofi is.
I'm kind of curious if he's like around my age, early 30s, or if he's younger than 30. Because if he's younger than 30,
I would say he's right around there, 32 maybe.
Even a year. What year do they got him being born or whatever?
He might be, if it pulls up here. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Born 81.
So
same age as you guys.
He's a year older than me then, so.
Oh yeah, you were born 82.
So I'll be 33. Jared was born in 80. Your brother was
born at the end of 81.
So I'll be 33. He's 34 already. So yeah, I'll be 33 in June, and I was born in 82. So is he 34 or?
No, he just turned 33 in December.
Okay, so he's 33. So he's still got a good career ahead of him.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy. So New Day, and thanks for looking that up for me. And anyway, we had New Day take on Orton and Reigns the next match, like they announced. Orton RKO'd Woods, and Reigns accidentally speared Orton, and then Kofi covered Orton for the pin as Big E held Reigns back on the outside. So New Day actually gets a big win here, in my opinion. But it helped cause a drift through Orton and Reigns, you know.
Right.
So
Orton wasn't too happy about that. Reigns was just disappointed, it looked like.
Yeah, it caused some friction there between Orton and Reigns, so that's all I could tell.
So he figured that would happen.
I did think it was funny that New Day got the win though, and also like you noted, why is Xavier always holding the belt and wearing the belt, but Kofi and Big E won the titles? That's something that nobody really thinks about. I don't think.
I think it's because they're so high on Xavier.
It's like
I think they're trying to put him in the spotlight. Plus the E60 thing.
Yeah, we might as well just say right now, because I do think this is the reason that they had that ESPN E60 and behind the curtain, and Xavier was one of the 3 featured superstars on there. So I think that's the reason they kicked it off with him and everything. So
yeah,
I mean that's got to be the reasoning.
I think they focused on him a lot. So.
I don't see them kicking off Raw anytime soon anymore.
No, they'll probably be in the mid.
Right. So after that, Kane came out. He says that there's no shame in losing to the tag team champions, and says he wants to keep the bad vibes going between Orton and Reigns, and that tonight Orton will take on Reigns in the main event. So I was like, that's decent.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought Raw, actually, we haven't even talked about it, but I thought Raw was really good this week.
Yeah, they had some good matches, actually.
They moved along and advanced a lot of the storylines.
Yeah, I think Kane's actually doing a decent job by himself.
Kind of freshened it up a little bit too, but then there was a kind of a bad deal that happened, so we'll get to that here in a bit.
Yeah.
But it was an exciting night in my opinion. And what'd you say about?
Oh, I said Kane actually did a pretty good job by himself.
Yeah, and no Triple H and Steph tonight again.
What was funny though was I read the previews for it on cable, and it said Stephanie and Triple H will be there to confront Kane about his behavior.
Ah, but they didn't go through with the script.
Oh.
Okay, so it sounds like they had a script change, because it's been weird. How many weeks now have we not seen Triple H or Steph since the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
We seen Trips in that backstage segment, but that was it.
So, I don't know if they were off probably helping make sure the ESPN show went off good.
And which the WWE did have say in editing on that too, I read, so... on the 60. So yeah, I think that they had a lot going on. I think it's kind of freshened up Raw not having them on there. Like me and C-Dub talked about how it seems, a little better not to see him around on there.
Yeah, they're taking up half hour time. And
right.
Yeah, they're out there 2 or 3 times. That's cutting a lot of time.
So after Kane came out and made that match, he was shown backstage walking by New Day, and Biggie was screaming, "I told you, Kane, we did it! We did it!" I thought it was funny. And he just kind of passed him by like he didn't care, but it was funny. So the whole time they had to have Xavier, flash on the screen on and off between the 3 hours, I noticed.
Oh, yeah. They're at him every scene.
So you think they're actually pushing the New Day, or it was because of the E60?
I think they're going to push them as long as they can start healing out a little better.
Kind of made them look dumb, though, when they were backstage cheering on that whole time and stuff. But
yeah, that's what I think. They get rid of a lot of it. They can do the clap, but as far as the rest of the cheering, I think they can do without that.
Yeah, me too. Well,
and get more physical in some of the matches.
Yeah, they could have some. I don't know, that match they had at the pay-per-view was sweet.
Yeah, it was.
So if they can keep having matches like that, I'm good with them.
Exactly.
They can have the titles for all I want. I think Xavier and Kofi would be a hell of a team, though, if they could get Xavier in there actually wrestling. I mean, I've seen him wrestle. I remember in TNA he was a hell of like an X Division star.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. He's so short.
Yeah, he's really little.
But
so, anyway, Kane ran into Rollins after he passed by the New Day, and Rollins just whined about all kinds of stuff. Kane booked him in a match with Ambrose due to the outcome from last week, the DQ on Ambrose. He said he wanted to do what was best for business, and he also banned J&J Security from the ring. So, anything on that? Other than what we said?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither. Just kind of advancing the storylines. I kind of noted all the backstage shots, too. Then we had Ryback come out. They actually showed Wyatt attacking Ryback last week, which I thought was really cool. Ryback talked to Renee Young that he had to face the fear his whole life, and he has no idea why Bray did what he did. He says he's always been hungry to step into the ring on Monday Night Raw. He says that this is what he does, and it's about coming out each and every week, screaming, "Feed me more." So I thought it was a horrible promo in my opinion. I didn't like it one bit.
No, and he repeated a lot of stuff he did.
Yeah,
said on Raw.
Was
like
it
3-4 months ago?
Did it seem to you like they had it on the flashcards outside the ring or something? Like,
yeah, I mean, he told the same stuff. Like 3 months.
Oh, when he did the "This Is My Life" segment. Yeah, and they just can't cut a promo.
Oh, how hard he's working all this.
You could tell he just memorized it.
Yeah,
it was funny. He said to Bray that after last week, it's feeding time. Bray cut him off on the Titantron and talked to people seeing through him. He said it's fear that molds us all. It's fear that causes everyone to think that they have something to lose and that he should run again. Run! So, what do you think of this feud coming up? Because as we go through here, I did want to note that I got some rumored matches for Payback. One of the rumored matches is Kizarro New Day for the tag titles.
Yeah, should be good.
Since we talked about New Day, I forgot to bring that up.
Good match.
And then Ryback Wyatt is a rumored match, which we already said that we thought was going to happen here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how that's going to play out.
I just think it's going to be a hell of a match between two hard-hitting guys, man.
Yeah.
I do want to see Wyatt go over, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs a win after Taker.
I think he will.
So, I thought that segment was shitty because of Ryback. I mean, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't be out there cutting promos like that.
If they have him beat Bray, I'm going to be disappointed.
He should just be out there like he did, destroyed guys. He don't really need to say anything.
No.
I don't know. That's one thing that WWE does. They always have to have guys cutting promos. No, I mean, it worked back in the day. There were certain guys I never seen say a word.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I might have heard Earthquake scream a few things, but, that's what they had managers for. Man, a Jimmy Hart or somebody would have been great for Ryback.
Oh, yeah, he needs somebody.
I mean, how many guys do you remember back when, in late 80s, early 90s WWF that didn't say a word? Quite a few.
Yeah, there was a lot about everybody had managers, it seemed like.
But you didn't not like them because they couldn't cut a promo, I mean.
No, I mean.
Everybody has to be able to cut a classic promo now to be a wrestler. I mean, it's just like, that's not the case.
No, and back in the day they had managers that would help and but the wrestlers still cut promos. And
Right, like Ryback could say some stuff, but he could work on it as he had a mouthpiece, you know?
right.
Man, they should give him Heyman back or something. They never used Heyman good with him.
That's what I was thinking. Heyman would be perfect.
They could
for him.
pump him up for a good match with Brock, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he's even said on an interview that he thought Brock and Ryback will happen
I think it will.
one of these days. Okay, well, moving on from that, if you don't have any more.
No.
I think Bray Wyatt needs to get out there more. I mean, he's always coming in via, backstage vignette or something. He never really is out there. I mean, he was out there the week before, but he just gave Bray the move. I mean, it's just like they keep him off of Raw a lot. We don't see much action from him.
No, it's almost like they are doing like Taker style.
Do you think he's still hurt?
He could be a little banged up. I don't know how long.
I mean, they've had him fight a few matches, though, so it's hard to say.
I don't know how the sprain was. If it was.
But he really hasn't been on Raw much.
All
right, so that's all I got to say on that. Kid Zaro and Natalia, which is Kid and Cesaro, but I've always called him Kid Zaro. Again, which should become their official name, by the way. They don't have a name.
I don't know. That's what they need to come up with.
I just don't like Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't even sound like a tag.
I mean, they've got a manager and everything, so why not do something? Kid Zaro's a good name, really.
It is.
Anyway, that's what I'm going to keep calling them. Anyway, till they give him a name. Anyway, the Ascensions, who they took on, and Kid Zaro won by the big swing kick combo, which I think is really impressive, and they hit that on Victor. It takes some timing to pull that move off.
Yeah, it does.
So I was just going to note that I really do like that finisher. And I like Kid and Cesaro as a tag team. And I did think from the get-go, I mean, they did have him debut as, like, looking like they were freaking the Conquistadors or whatever. But ever since then, I thought they've been an impressive tag team.
Yeah, they're really good.
Like we said, I'm happy to see Kid on the main roster finally because he's got the talent, but they need to use him in, like, a tag team role.
I know. They finally got Cesaro in a decent role too.
Right, and some of these guys are small but really talented, and like I think they're really finding out that they can benefit from a tag team, kind of like Xavier and Kid.
Right.
I mean, they aren't going to be superstars on their own, but they add,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Rockers in the 90s.
Guy with speed.
Right, but look at like the Rockers. They were two little guys back in the Land of Giants, but they were a good tag team.
Yeah.
You took them serious still, which I still can't believe they never had a tag title run, but that's another story.
We're also talking about the Freebirds, how they New Day needed to take some of what they done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you had the Brain Busters, Blanchard and Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
They would have never been stars on their own.
Uh-uh.
So they need to go off that, they need to play off that a little more and put some of these guys that have a lot of talent but maybe not be superstars on their own in some tag teams.
Yeah, there's plenty of guys.
I would love to see Balor and Itami come in as a tag team.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I've been saying that forever. I mean, you're bringing everybody else in as solo stars. Why not bring them in as a tag and then break them off from there? Because they could have a hell of a match on a pay-per-view,
Because they've already brought Neville up, and he's doing pretty damn good.
I think Itami needs some kind of, like, gimmicky identity or something.
Yeah.
He's just kind of bland,
He just got a bland Japanese.
Just walks out there. Doesn't really have much of a gimmick, so I don't see him fitting with Balor. But, I mean, they did make a good tag team there in the beginning.
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm up in there about that.
Yeah. Renee Young backstage asked for Rollins' reaction on his match, and Rollins says there was no point to the match and that Kane's a moron. So I thought that was funny. I had a note.
Yeah.
Ambrose versus Rollins. No J&J security, and they were barred by Kane. Kane comes out and says if Ambrose wins, that the payback will become a fatal four-way, which I thought was really interesting. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Rollins tries to make a complaint. Kane overrules him and starts the match with the stipulation. J&J ran down and got involved, but it backfired, and Ambrose ended up reversing and rolling up Rollins for the win. And they made payback a fatal four-way. Rollins, Orton, Reigns, and Ambrose now, so that's interesting to me. I think that's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, I'm glad they put Ambrose in it finally.
I thought this match was awesome, too, on Raw. I mean, it was a hell of a match. It went quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I even texted you that was a hell of a match when it was going on.
Between that one and the tag team, those two are
so
really
they've added two guys the last 2 weeks into the match, so that's interesting. They did need to move away from the triple threat, though. They've been doing a lot of those lately.
Yeah, fatal four would be cool.
Yeah, it will be. It's a lot easier to have 4 guys fighting than it is 3.
I don't know how they're gonna do, if they're gonna do pinfalls or if they're gonna like first.
Yeah, it'll be first. I think it'll be first fall for a finish. So.
Yeah.
That'll be cool though if they did some kind of elimination style or something. But I see it just being a fatal 4-way. So any other notes on that? Ambrose, I did say last week that it was about time for him to state his case on being pushed up to the top of the card, because with his crowd reaction and his talent, there's no reason that he shouldn't be up there with Reigns and Rollins. And it was really funny that I said that last week, and then here he is in the main event.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. So just wanted to note that too.
Brought him up there quick, just threw him. I didn't expect him to get thrown into it.
I didn't either, but I just said, it's about time for him to start moving up the card to the main event. And the next show, he's at the main event. So I kind of predicted one without even predicting it.
Use him good.
Yeah, they need to really capitalize on him right now.
Yeah.
Because they got a star in the making there. I bet he's selling a lot of shirts, and they're like, let's get him in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so going on from that, they showed the end of the tag match from earlier when Reigns accidentally speared Orton, kind of hyping up the main event. And then it showed Rollins complaining to Kane backstage again about the match, and Kane says that maybe he should keep adding guys to the match, maybe 9. So I thought that was funny. And that he shouldn't complain because it's just making him better, and that's what they want, and not to worry because he has a plan. So.
Yep. Wonder what his plan is.
I think we find out by the end of this, don't we?
Yeah. And Brawl is a crybaby.
Yeah, I mean, he is just a wine bag. I know Steven likes Rollins, but man, I'd like to get his opinion on his wine bag crybaby gimmick that they got him in. I think he's not really like that, but they're just having him do that now to annoy people.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have that voice, though, that just, gosh, gets on your nerves.
Oh. Yeah.
And that laugh of his, oh man.
Yeah, it's. Ugh.
When he laughs, I'm like, oh.
He's definitely a good heel, though.
Oh yeah, he makes a great heel because you just don't want to like him. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they had the interview with Lana, whatever, and Rusev came up and just kind of took over and ranted some stuff in Russian and kind of just didn't let Lana talk. So then we had Rusev versus Fandango. They cheered when Lana came out waving, but Rusev, they were like booing, and then Lana comes walking out and they just started cheering. She got a good pop. So Lana was actually sent to the back by Rusev for doing the Fandangoing.
Mm-hmm.
So Rusev sent her to the back, and then he beat Fandango via accolade. So do you see Lana lasting much longer with Rusev, or you give it till the pay-per-view? That's what I'm giving it.
Yeah, then they're going to split. And JR even was talking about how he thinks that she's going to end up being a bigger star, possibly.
I think so, too. I don't know what they're going to do with her, though.
But he said Rusev, he still likes him, but they're going to have to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, Rusev's growing stale big time.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, he's had some good matches, but that Russian chain match was pathetic.
Yeah.
I mean, the PG chain match.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else on Rusev and Fandango? They do want to do, I think I did have noted, Cena and Rusev have the I Quit match, so.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of that? That should be a good one.
Yeah, it should be. I was almost thinking they should just take the belt off Cena before it. I don't know.
It'd be a good idea. I thought it was going to happen tonight, but
it's not a title match. I think it'd be better. I don't know.
Yeah, this is for the U.S. title too at Payback.
I don't know if they'll take it off Cena yet.
I don't think so. Not till the Payback.
Yeah.
It's funny that the pay-per-view is called Payback, and that's when Rusev's going to get his payback.
No.
Okay, so next, going on from that, the announcers plugged Tough Enough again and showed some contestants again. And everybody go out and vote for Mitch Mitchell. I think I'll put his link under here again. Not vote for him, but support him in the Tough Enough contest. He's a friend of C-Dubs, and his video link was under our last video that we did, but I'll put it under here again until they actually name the contestants, so try to help him out. So I checked him out, and he's a pretty decent wrestler.
Ooh.
Yep. Going on from that, we had, what do you think of Tough Enough?
I haven't watched too much of it yet. I've watched some of the videos. Some of them
are you glad? Are you glad they're bringing it back?
Yeah, I kind of am. I think it'll be interesting. I mean, they haven't done so well in the past, so I'm hoping they change some stuff up.
Yeah, they've really never. Nobody's really ever won it and went on to be a big star. So.
No. So I think they'll get a lot more bigger stars in it this time.
Although John Morrison won it the 3rd season, didn't he?
Yeah. I think maybe he'll be in it again.
Ryback was in it, but he didn't win. Miz was in it, but he didn't win it.
Nope.
So there were a lot of guys that were in it. Kenny King was even in the 1st season. The second season. Kenny King at TNA.
King.
Yeah, shout out to him, Kenny King. Anyway, I'd like to see him get into NXT. I think he'd be decent. I kind of like Kenny King.
He'd be good.
But he's like my age already, so he needs to get in there quick.
I'd like to see Shelton Benjamin come down there for a bit and move up.
Shelton Benjamin was a good talent, but just couldn't do anything on the stick. But yeah, I'd like to see him get back in there.
Yeah, especially in his NXT where you don't have to talk a lot.
Yeah, that's where I want. That's where I want to see him. I mean, they brought Rhino back. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. But Rhino's doing good, though.
Yeah, he is. He looks awesome shape.
So, anything else on that?
Nah.
Okay, well, Stardust took on R-Truth next, and Stardust won by rolling up R-Truth after scaring him with that bag of fake spiders. So, I don't even really have anything to say on this match. They're keeping the feud going between Stardust and Truth.
Yeah.
I found the fake spider spot kind of stupid, so...
Yeah.
I called it, like, from the get-go that there were going to be fake spiders or something in there.
They need to... I don't know.
Stardust.
I just don't like the way they're using the character.
I don't like Stardust at all. R-Truth, funny, but they don't use him worth a crap either, so...
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's always got the crowd into it. And
right. That was a filler match.
All they care about, that crowd pop, or the heat, whatever they want, as long as the crowd's in it.
Yeah, I think that was just kind of a filler match, too. They just threw it on there, so...
Yeah.
Next, we had the WWE 24 special look. Reigns at WrestleMania 31. The Roman Reigns Never Alone. I actually watched it. I thought it was really good, actually. The Reigns. It gives you a real closer look at Reigns' actual life. But there is a couple of things noted on it that I noted. They did edit out the curb stomp on there from WrestleMania 31. They kind of cut to the crowd when he went for it. And also, there was a pretty good look at that spot where they say that he was possibly handed a blade. I've never really seen much more or heard much more on that, but it just looks like he handed him something there. So if you listen to this, pause it on that part and tell me if I'm wrong. So I don't know, but Jeff, I know you haven't really checked it out yet, but yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I did see the match.
Yeah, you saw the match. I'm just saying the overall, though, WWE 24 special look was good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of give you a backstory on Reigns now, kind of meet his wife and his kid, and it's pretty good. Pretty good.
I'll have to watch it after this.
No complaint here. Yeah, check it out for sure. Next, we had John Cena's U.S. Open. I just noted there were some loud John Cena sucks chants on his entrance.
Oh, yeah.
And there was long Cena... there was some long Cena sucks chants. Anyway, Cena says, "I quit. These words having meaning now."
Yeah.
And there was a big Ole chant. So, in my opinion, I think they already knew what was coming. I didn't read anything, on the dirt sheet or anything, but the Ole chant, you know what I mean? I think they knew what was coming. Anyway, it sounds like there are some folks who wish that he would quit and give up and walk away. And they had big old yes chants break out on that. This whole part was hilarious in the crowd. And by the way, the Canadian crowd's always good. And they were really good for this Raw. He says, "But you know me, and I've dealt with controversy for 4 years, and Montreal knows no matter what the hostility, he never gives up. He said he talks not deserving a rematch if he says I quit. He says the crowd is an example of passion, and that's the difference of him and Rusev. He said he will fight for everything he stood for the last 10 years, and he asked the crowd the answer that they would give if they were asked to quit, and they all said no practically. And he says in 2 weeks weeks he will say the champ is here, and he announced the next U.S. Open Challenge and said, if you want some, come get some. He was doing all his classic lines. And then here comes the Hitman. Bret Hitman Hart came out, so you knew right away something was going on. And he says he's here to introduce a great wrestler, and then he was cut off by Heath Slater. And Slater says he won't get his moment to become U.S. champion stopped again. He talked about getting RKO'd through that table and attacked by Rusev the next time. He said he was sick and tired of getting attacked, and Bret Hart laid him out with the right hand. He said yeah, and then they just kind of pushed him to the side, and he said he's going to announce a hometown boy from Montreal, Canada, and none other than the Raw debut of Sami Zayn, finally. I was a bit shocked, but not shocked, because I know they've been wanting to bring him up for a while now.
Right.
I just have to note that on the entrance, Zayn actually, when he went back to pump the crowd up, like anybody knows if you've ever seen him, he climbs up the stairs and then turns back to pump the crowd up before he goes in the ring. Well, he slipped or something, and he messed his shoulder up noticeably because it was just limp. And he had to, like, I don't know, shove it back in or something.
He swung his arms up to pump the crowd up, and I seen he tweaked it, and he was kind of holding it still there for a second. So
yeah, I don't know if he slipped on the stairs or something, and then when he got up there, he noticed it was hurt, but I don't know. It's not looking good, though. He hit one of those jump-through DDTs on Cena, and also kicked out of an AA during the match, which I thought was impressive for Zayn. It was a hell of a match, but could you imagine him with a healthy shoulder going in there? He actually hit the Blue Thunder Bomb. He actually got a "This is awesome" chant by the crowd, too, for the match. Because Cena was putting in his work, too. He hit a springboard stunner and a second AA for the win, and Cena retained the title. That was a hell of a match with Zayn getting injured.
Yeah, it was. That between the ropes dive, sweet DDT.
Oh, man, that's always a cool move to see. And his Blue Thunder Bomb is cool.
Yeah.
I thought Zayn had a chance of winning the belt here, but they stuck with Cena. And good thing, maybe it was called on the fly since his shoulder was messed up. You never know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Cena was meant to go over, but you never know. What was the crazy thing is that Zayn was scheduled for more WWE TV tapings, but now this might not happen because they had an MRI scheduled for this morning, and actually nobody really knows the results yet. I was waiting to see the results. It was actually scheduled for yesterday morning. This is Wednesday when we're taping it. It was scheduled for Tuesday. There was no official report backstage, but the sources backstage claim that it's probably a torn rotator cuff, and they're looking at 2 to 3 months maybe rehabbing, and he just returned from an injury on the same shoulder, so this isn't good for Zayn.
Not unless he's Superman or Super Saiyan.
Yeah, if he's Super Saiyan, he can bounce back, but man, I don't know, I've heard about the dislocations and stuff. Once it happens, you're really susceptible to having it happen again, so hopefully this don't halt his push or anything. It's going to for now.
Yeah, I have a few notes from Vince Russo about it.
Yeah, I think that we'll know more about it the next episode, so I will let everybody know what's going on there next week for sure on Sami Zayn. I don't think they're wanting to come out with any official word yet until they really, really know what's going on. Maybe he's getting a second opinion or something like that. But hopefully Sami's okay and can come back, but if not, I wish Sami a speedy recovery, and hopefully he gets back in the ring and gets right where he's at again. But this might even put him out for the NXT TakeOver too.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Actually, after the match, Cena raised Sami Zayn's hand up and vacated the ring for him too. So I thought that was a nice show of respect and a cool moment.
Yeah.
From a veteran like John Cena doing that for him in his hometown.
Because he worked him over pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he worked him over. Jason actually reported a respect punch in the early going, like he hit him for real. And, Jason's been in the ring, and he said he looked like a little respect punch there at the beginning. Didn't make Cena happy on something he did. I'm going to have to go back and look, but I just wanted to get that in there.
Yeah, check that
out. Anything else on Sami Zayn or Cena? I just think it's a shame that he may be out, man. 2 to 3 months, maybe.
That sucks.
I think we're going to have to put that on the headline of the video. I'm sure a lot of people are checking for Sami Zayn.
Yeah. So, I looked up another update earlier, and they said they haven't had any word yet.
Yeah, they haven't had any word yet, but there's a lot of backstage rumbling going on about it being a torn rotator cuff and could be out 2 to 3 months. And So we'll see if the backstage sources were right or not, though. But
yeah, if he comes back, he'll have to slow it down.
right, so that's not an official word, but you never know. So tough break for Sami Zayn. Going on from that, we had a plug for network shows in the WWE 24 again, huh? And then we had the tag spot from earlier again in the night again. So a little wasted spot there. I think that they found out everybody was watching them at that moment or something and kicked over. And something else I wanted to report. Yeah, this is another thing I wanted to report is that actually this Raw was down 5% from last week, and it was the lowest watched Raw of the year, man, which is kind of a shame because it was one of the better Raws of the year. They're kind of blaming the NBA playoffs, I think, for some of it, but each of the games though that they had more than 100,000 more viewers than Raw. So I don't know, that's not a good word for WWE in my opinion. So they need to get going again on the ratings, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that the first game of the NBA playoffs did hurt them a little bit, but it couldn't have been the total reason.
No.
Anything else on anything from the network? I don't think anything else new from the network.
Yeah. I think I've seen too much other than the streets. Well, is there an ascension fight entirely is kind of like a flying dog thing.
Yeah.
So, man, I don't know what they're going to do with that emerald. Almost I'm sure they're going to push him again. They can here for a while.
Alright, well, we'll get onto that in a second. Actually, after that, they showed the New Day celebrating once again as the Bellas are shown walking by them to the ring like they just don't even care. Renee Young tries to get an interview with Sami Zayn. New Day interrupt her talking and says they want to talk. Why do they want to talk with Zayn when they can talk to them? And it says after the E60 featuring Woods that they'll be saying New Day rocks instead of New Day sucks. We had Kenzaro interrupt them and says everyone thinks New Day sucks, and they led the New Day sucks chant, which I thought was a funny note. New Day got on screen once again before we went off air. So
Yeah, they
had to get New Day in there one more time before it went off air.
Xavier and Alan Rose is on there. And
yeah. So, we'll be talking about that here in a second.
yeah.
The Bellas came out and got jumped by Naomi, and the returning Tamina Snuka is back. Naomi says that the Bellas' reign on the Divas division is over, and this is what family is all about. And they're going to play off Naomi and Tamina, you know, kind of being related through the Samoan deal.
Right.
So, which I don't think Tamina's actually really related to the Inoue family, but I guess Snuka's in there somehow. I don't know. What'd you think? I think Tamina, they kind of really needed her right now for the Divas division.
Yeah.
They really do.
Lost AJ and Beth Phoenix a while ago. And
right. I think
Mickey James did sign again.
Yeah, if they can get Mickey James in there, that'd help.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him bring up, like, you know, Charlotte and stuff, though, too. Charlotte and Tamina could have a good match.
Yeah.
She'd be one girl that would be able to stand up to her. This would be a perfect time to bring her in.
Velvet Sky.
Yeah, they could do her, too, because she's not with TNA anymore.
Yeah, I don't know why they pick her up.
Yeah. So, going on from that, they went to last week's clips from the King of the Ring final between Neville and Barrett, and showed Bad News Barrett winning. Barrett came out with the crown, robe, and scepter, and the announcers talked about him being King Barrett, and then they talked, he talked the King talk, like, hear ye, and stuff, and filthy commoners, and all kinds of stuff like that in his British accent. You filthy commoners, I am King Barrett. Anyway, he talked it being a great week for the royal family, and that he will rule the kingdom with an iron fist and a bull hammer. And he said, get used to these 4 words. All hail King Barrett. So did you notice that King Barrett is no longer Bad News Barrett at all?
No.
That's dropped it. He's just King Barrett now. He's wearing the crown, the robe, and the scepter. He's going all out king mode. And I actually think that it fits him well.
Yeah, he's taking a lot from Booker, it looks like, too, when he was king.
Oh, yeah, it does really look like, because he's saying all hell King Barrett, like all hell King Booker.
Yeah.
I noticed that, too. I like this change for Barrett, really, because the bad news thing was gone anyway. Like I reported last week, they don't even have him give any bad news, so what's up with that? So, I think the King Barrett thing's good.
Yeah.
So, King Barrett actually teams up with another former King of the Ring, Sheamus, to take on Neville and Ziggler. I think Sheamus and King Barrett actually won via bullhammer on Neville after the interference on the Red Arrow spot. I thought this was a good little tag match to set up the main event, and seeing King Barrett out there was kind of good. Neville and Ziggler, good tag team combination.
Yeah, they are.
I'd like to see more of them together. That actually could be a good little four-way feud there with Barrett, Sheamus, Neville, and Ziggler. I think they could have Barrett and Sheamus as some kind of faction.
Yeah.
I'd like to see something like that. Anything else to say about Neville or King Barrett or Ziggler or Sheamus? I thought it was a good setup match.
Oh, yeah, it was a good setup match. I think they're going to keep pushing Neville.
I think they need to keep letting Barrett talk, because when he talks, he's entertaining, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just the accent and everything.
Yeah, he's real smug kind of.
Yeah. Did you say something about Neville?
Oh, I said that. I think they'll be pushing him up quick.
Oh, he's already getting pushed. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They're looking at Neville as like another superstar in the making.
Yeah.
I mean, with the moves he pulls off and stuff, he's kind of like filling the void for a Mysterio.
Exactly.
Type wrestler. So anyway, moving on from that, we had the main event: Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. Kane and J&J came running out like right off the bat. Noble gets on the mic and announces himself as the ring announcer, Mercury as a special guest timekeeper, and Kane as a special enforcer. He said they attacked Reigns and Orton mid-match. Kane laid out Reigns. Orton was attacked on the outside of the ring by the Authority, and then then Reigns hit the big dive from the ring to the floor, which was pretty impressive. That big dive that he did.
Yeah.
And then Orton was overwhelmed on the inside of the ring after he hit that dive, and Ambrose came running out, and they all fought off the Authority together. But then Reigns speared Ambrose out of nowhere, and he did his little yell, but turned right into an RKO from Orton. And then Ambrose hits a Dirty Deeds on Orton from out of nowhere on him, and he stood tall over Reigns and Orton in the ring as it went off the air. I thought that was a hell of an ending, man. They finally pushed Ambrose.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I am too. It made him look really badass at the end of that Raw.
Hopefully they don't just throw him in here as some kind of filler for something.
No, I don't think it is. I think this is his moment, man, to shine or go. If he doesn't do good, though, he'll go back down, but I think he did a hell of a spot. I just loved him making the save, plus standing tall at the end was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought that was a hell of a spot, man. I liked that end match, the whole deal.
Yeah, it turned out a lot better than I thought it was
That's
gonna.
two pretty good finishes to Raw in a row, and that was a hell of a Raw. I mean, it was long, but we went over it rather quickly.
And not a lot of talking and shit.
Not too much. Not too much.
Oh,
So that was the Raw review. Anything else to say on Raw besides I think it was really good? Oh, I do have a note that it was Pat Patterson Appreciation Night like I announced last week, but that was actually held for after Raw went off the air.
Sammy was out there.
Vince actually started things off, and then Bret Hart and Triple H followed, and I don't know if other guys were in there or not, but they all paid tribute to Patterson and put him over, and then Patterson sang his rendition of My Way to close things out. I did note that there was a report that Vince was needing help to and from the ring, and there was some kind of rumors about him going blind, but then WWE claims that those reports are false. They went on all the sites and made sure that everybody knows that he's not going blind. But did he need help to and from the ring? I don't know. Why would a rumor like that start? I don't know. But it's not true is what they're saying. He's not going blind. So,
right.
If I remember right, there was some kind of rumor like this before about him. Needing help to the ring or something? I remember something like that.
Trying to think.
Because they were claiming he was in bad health and stuff.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I have to go back and look, but maybe I'm having deja vu.
Released.
Who?
He's gonna get released soon.
They're gonna release Vince? That'd be hilarious. Future endeavor to Vince.
When you're down with your duties, go drop.
We would like to send our best wishes out to Vince McMahon, who has been in his future endeavors.
He'll probably have a wax model made of him.
Well, I tell you something there, buddy. I'm not blind, I tell you.
Or have himself cryogenically frozen.
Yeah. I'd like to have myself frozen for time, and you can bring me back.
Back in 30 years, 50 years.
Bring me back in 30, say 50 years. When the wrestling world's needing a boost. Anyway, old Vinnie Mac, maybe, I don't think he's going blind, but he's losing it in the wrestling end, let's just say that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's losing a lot of things, but maybe not his sight. Okay, anyway, I have a lot of news and headlines actually this week, but the first thing we wanted to talk about was the 360 special. What'd you think overall of the 360 special, and what's your comments on it?
I thought it was actually pretty good. The only thing I would say, to criticize about was I think they could have picked 3 different superstars.
Yeah, they focused on Xavier, Adam Rose, and Corey Graves.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I think they could have done without it, but
isn't it Corey Graves?
Yeah, Corey
Okay.
Graves.
Yeah, it kind of showed his transition from the ring to the announce booth, and then it showed Xavier, coming from NXT and TNA and stuff like that, and going up to be Xavier Woods on the main roster, and then it showed Adam Rose's birth as he was Leo Kruger down in NXT and switching the gimmick to Adam Rose. They actually showed that too. I thought it was real interesting though, giving a backstage look at things in NXT.
Yeah,
and
real cool.
I thought it was cool, man. Well done, well made. But I would have liked, like you said, 3 bigger superstars than that.
Yeah, it's already came up and been pretty big stars in WWE already.
Right, because I've been talking for weeks how I don't see Adam Rose sticking around for long, and now that this is airing, I'm thinking, are they ready to get rid of him now? Is this what they were waiting on?
I don't know. I don't think they will find NXT rated. If they don't soon here, I don't think they will. I think they're going to try keeping him with something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Adam Rose.
No, he's got some everything wrestling. He just can't find a gimmick. And hell, I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
35.
Yeah, he's up there. So anything else? I just thought it was well done, and it's something that everybody should go check out for sure. If you're a wrestling fan, try to find it. I don't know where you'd find it now. Maybe ESPN.com. I don't know, but the E60 Behind the Curtain, WWE. It was really good.
It was. I enjoyed it.
Triple H, a big Woods fan. He said that Dusty said that they need to cut bait or fish on Xavier Woods, and Triple H said, "We're fishing."
Yeah.
I just wanted to note that. That was kind of funny. Okay, so going on to the headlines here, we had Goldberg interviewed on ESPN Sports Nation, and he said that WWE wasn't fun at all for him, and he did it for the kids. I just wanted to note that.
Yeah, it was one of the worst years ever.
Yeah, I mean, probably was.
Yeah, they probably didn't know really what to do with him too much.
Yeah. Going on from that, we had Steve Austin's latest interview was with Dixie Carter on the Steve Austin Show. I'm going to have to check that out. I wanted to note that.
Yeah, look at that.
I think he asked her some good questions on there. I took a look at some of that stuff, but I didn't actually go into it. But I wanted to listen to it later, but that's on there. Batista actually, this was a note from last week I didn't note, but Batista's interested in doing just live events like Jericho does. And he just doesn't like the storylines and the scripts that are being wrote right now. He'd rather just come back and entertain the fans and do live events.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a good move for him. So, any word on Batista?
No, I haven't heard too much about him. I heard rumors of him maybe coming back, but that's about it.
Yeah. May 20th is the next NXT Live special, I wanted to say. Neville versus Owens unless Neville, or not Neville, but Zayn versus Owens unless Zayn's out now. I don't know who they would throw in there, but I'm looking for
Alex Riley just had surgery. I don't know how long he's out.
Yeah, Alex Riley undergoing surgery on lingering knee issue. They did that Kevin Owens powerbomb storyline last week to put him out, but it's actually a lingering knee injury that he had. Goldust is getting shoulder surgery, and he's going to be out 2 to 4 months.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Another injury, Jeff Hardy suffered a broken leg during a dirt bike jump. He had to undergo surgery, and there's no timetable on his return, so that's not good for TNA.
No.
I read that Ric Flair's new podcast aired today with Kurt Angle, first episode.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I haven't either, but his second episode is going to be with Dave Meltzer from Pro Wrestling Torch, so I got to check out Flair's podcast.
Meltzer's been around for a while.
Right. I wasn't very big on the Jericho Stephanie podcast that I watched. I mean, he didn't really give her very hard questions or tough questions. I know he doesn't think, but you know, it's just like, I want to hear some stuff from more backstage stuff than some of just the stories that he told on there. In my opinion, it wasn't bad. It was okay, but I don't know. I just would have chose some different questions for her. So, I don't know. You need to watch it and let us know yourself what you thought.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
But it's definitely the weakest one that the WWE networks did. in my opinion. We also have Global Force Wrestling started revealing the roster.
Yeah.
Did you see this? Davey Boy Smith Jr., a.k.a. David Hart Smith.
Yeah.
PJ Black, a.k.a. Justin Gabriel. Doc Gallows, which we know as Luke Gallows from the WWE. And Carl Anderson from New Japan Bullet Club. They have all been signed to deals with GFW, Global Force Wrestling.
Not a bad start.
Not a bad start, really, but nobody that really jumps out to me too much.
No, they need some bigger stars.
I could see Gabriel being used pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got potential.
If they get bigger guys, they're going to...
They need some bigger names, though, yeah. Davey Boy Smith Jr. is pretty decent.
Yeah, other than he got busted for roids.
Right. Doc Gallows, he's okay. We've seen him in TNA.
Yeah, Festus.
Yeah. Yes, Jesse and Festus, don't forget that. Anything else you got on that?
No.
Next, I read that The Undertaker's contract is set to expire, but it's believed that he'll continue to work with WWE following the retirement, whenever that is. The current expectation is that Taker and WWE will sign some kind of a new agreement that goes beyond a standard Legends deal like, you know, Nash and them have. It's going to be something bigger for Taker. So do you see Taker hanging it up, or do you see him re-signing a talent deal, or?
I think he may hang it up after next year and then do some kind of talent stuff.
Right.
But I don't see him going much more than next year.
So what kind of deal do you see him signing here? Some kind of Legends deal which allows him to wrestle at Mania still or something?
Yeah, he could do something like that, and then he could help the talent backstage, give him advice. And,
oh, man, he's going to be working with the company for life. You know that.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see, and we'll keep everybody updated on what Taker does there, but...
Yeah. I'm sure we'll find out.
Oh, we'll find out sooner or later. Probably next show we'll know on that too. Y2J made a big announcement on Talk is Jericho, and he's actually going to work 19 WWE live events between June and August. And guess what his first one is, Jeff? Springfield, Illinois. The one that I won tickets to and actually recorded and put a video on our channel if anybody wants to check it out. But we won tickets to the first one that Jericho is coming back for, so I thought that was awesome.
Cool.
But he made that announcement. He's going to be coming back to do the live events like we talked about Batista wanting to do. We have Stephanie back in the country now and made it possible for a TV return if she wants to. She has not been on, though. But she's been out of the country with the Eisenhower Fellows Multi-Nation program, visiting Singapore, Shanghai, and Beijing.
Jeez.
So she's back to be able to go on TV. Sandow debuted as Macho Mandow versus Curtis Axel at the main event tapings. I don't know if this is going to become a regular gimmick, but could you see a Mega Powers 2.0 going down?
Yeah.
Because they had the Ascension interrupt them. I haven't watched main event, but supposedly Ascension interrupts them, and Axel and Mandow kind of have to team up there, so... Could we see Axelmania and Mandow?
What's that?
Could we see Axelmania and Mandow, you think?
I think we could for a little bit. I don't know.
Macho Mandow. Okay, so on from that, some news on TNA, actually. Their Impact last Friday, actually, was up from the previous week with the Hardcore Justice theme, so actually they're rising in ratings, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I haven't yet to watch one on Destination America, though, so...
They get a decent channel.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Destination America, it's so hard to find. So, and a lot of people...
It's unauthorized.
And then they have it on a Friday night, too.
You have to pay for it.
Okay, so they have a live Impact this Friday, if you have Destination America. The TNA title, Angle versus Eric Young, is on the line. They're going to have Gail Kim and Awesome Kong tag for the first time against the Dollhouse. I don't even know who that is. Mr. Anderson's going to take on EC3 in a fans pick the stipulation match. So if anybody wants to check out the next Friday's live Impact, that's what's going down. Also, note on Impact is that they canceled all their dates that they had set for China. Did you read that?
No.
We talked about that tour in China. Well, I guess it's not happening now, and there's talents that aren't happy about it and all that. So that's not good news for TNA.
No, that was a bad idea to begin with.
Yeah, we all thought it was a lock like last month when we reported it, but I guess now that they've changed their minds. So, yeah, that is a bad deal to begin with, in my opinion. China, of all places. Did you see that Justin Bieber wanted to team with John Cena to take on the Wyatts last SummerSlam? This is what an ex-writer, Kevin X, said. I don't know. I thought it was a funny note that he wanted to team with Cena to take on the Wyatts. He even proposed a match outline and everything. I didn't get it too far into it, but...
Yeah.
Another rumored match for Payback is Ziggler and Sheamus, by the way. So you got Ziggler, Sheamus, Ryback, Wyatt, Cesaro, New Day, and also they may do Naomi and Tamina versus the Bella Twins, or Naomi just against Nikki straight up for the title, Divas title. And then they already have the 4-way and the I Quit match, so that's shaping up to be pretty decent.
Yeah.
If those rumored matches become true, I think that'll be a pretty good card.
What's Paige's timetable about coming back?
She's doing that movie right now, right? So
yeah.
I don't know when. There has been no timetable as far as I know on the return. I haven't read anything. I think maybe we reported it before. I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen to see if we ever reported the timetable.
No, I don't think we have. I haven't seen any recent ones.
Yeah, I haven't read nothing on Paige, so I just know she's out doing that movie. So is it Santa's Little Helper or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I know you haven't watched NXT tonight, right?
No.
But I do got kind of a spoiler on there. You remember how I told you they signed U-Haul Nation?
Yeah.
I guess they have a backstage segment on there where he signs a contract with William Regal tonight, so he made his TV debut.
That'd be cool.
So U-Haul Nation is in there. He's a really good talent. We watched his highlights that one night over at your house. I told you about him.
Yeah.
So he's on NXT. That was the only note. It was kind of a spoiler, but nothing major. I can't wait till he actually wrestles a match, though. We'll definitely report that. So it should be soon, in my opinion. Any other notes other than that, Jeff? I know you had some things on Russo, maybe?
Yeah, Russo.
I had a thing on Taz may be interested in working with WWE once again.
Yeah, I read something about that again. I didn't hear if they were in talks yet, or...
Taz needs to come back where he belongs.
Yeah.
He'd be good for him on the stick right now, on the announce table.
Yeah.
On maybe SmackDown again.
That's what I was going to say, from on SmackDown.
Yeah, he's a good announcer as a color guy.
Let's see what else I got here. Yeah, Vince Russo was talking about Sami Zayn.
What's he claiming about Zayn?
Oh, he's basically saying he's not going to be a big star.
Oh, yeah. I think I read a little bit about that.
That's why they brought him out from a crowd. He said that more casual fans don't know who the hell he is, and then thinking he's just a jobber, and then, the hardcore fans know it was him, but...
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know who the guy is. And they just brought him out there like he's some great wrestler from Montreal, Canada, and nobody really knows who he is. But the injury is going to hold him back anyway now, so...
Yeah.
I mean, 2 to 3 months, I mean, that's a good time to be out right there when you're just coming into getting a good push, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he got a good reaction there.
He couldn't have asked for worse timing on that.
I know.
But he was in Canada in his hometown, though. And I do think they knew he was there because they were doing the Olay chant, like I reported.
Yeah.
So, anything else besides that, Jeff?
Just some tweets I seen about the E60 show.
Oh, yeah. We wanted to get those tweets on the E60. Did you read any of those?
I got a few of them. I couldn't load the page, but I did memorize a couple, like Bill DeMott. He basically
thanked his boy Adam Rose. I seen that.
They thanked Adam Rose. And
didn't Cena leave one?
Yeah, Cena left one, talking about Jeremy Shapp, thanking him.
I seen Triple H left one.
Yeah, he also left one.
He actually said, nice to have you around or something to the 3 guys. That made me think that they may have a job for a little longer.
Yeah, he said something about the bright futures or something. So.
Right, I seen that too. And then what else was on there?
Bully Ray actually tweeted on there.
Somebody said that they had just saw a great documentary. Was that Bully Ray?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. All I know is there was a lot of people tweeting about it.
I'll have to look and see, but yeah.
A couple divas were claiming they were proud to be in NXT. Yeah.
Sasha Banks did. And,
that they were really proud of NXT or whatever and proud to be there.
Yeah. Like I said, Bill DeMott thanked everybody for the kind words and stuff.
That's one of the main things on this show, though, is I thought that was really good, the ESPN E60.
Yeah.
Everybody go back and watch. I just think they should have had some bigger stars, like you said, but
yeah, I'm glad the way they showed DeMott too. Like
they kind of made it look like, you know, yeah, that it's kind of bullshit, the stuff that he was the allegations.
Yeah.
I did like at the end though that they updated everything, like the allegations. They even admitted that Bill DeMott resigned.
Right.
And that they gave updates on all the guys. Corey Graves is doing the NXT announcing. Then you have New Day as the tag team champions with Xavier, and then Adam Rose has been on TV with Brawl. I thought it was cool. Everybody check that E60 out. Well, Jeff, you don't have anything else to say. I'm out of notes for this week.
I am out as well.
Well, that'll wrap it up for episode 25. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank Jeff for getting on here with me this week. Hopefully you can get on here again next week, and maybe we can get C-Dub on here if Steven's not around. Shout out to Steven, Jason, everybody that listens. Make sure to subscribe if you find us on YouTube, and to like us on Facebook. Comment, give us some feedback. I'm going to say peace out for episode 25. Until next week.
Yep. Same here. Hopefully the guys get on next week. Or get at least one of them, Steve or Jason.
Maybe even C-Dub.
Yeah, if he wants to get on here.
Yep, but everybody go check out Chronochord Media too, or Chronochord Pro Wrestling. I'll put their link underneath to check their channel out. I'm just going to say peace out for episode 25, man. Till next time. Later, guys.
Woo!
Woo!